It always happens at 3 a.m. Some say it's the witching hour, the time when spirits roam freely. Others call it the devil's hour, when something unseen watches from the darkness. But what if that something isn't outside your window? What if it's already inside your room? I never believed in superstitions. I was the kind of person who laughed at horror movies, rolled my eyes at ghost stories, and slept peacefully through the night, until the night it started. I woke up with a jolt, heart pounding in my chest. I wasn't sure what had stirred me. There was no sound, no movement, just a deep, inexplicable sense of wrongness. I turned my head toward my alarm clock. 3 a.m. A shiver crawled up my spine. Then I heard it. Pitter-patter. Light, deliberate footsteps moving across my floor. I squeezed my eyes shut. It's just your imagination. Go back to sleep. But then, I felt it. A slow, slithering movement under my covers. Something was crawling toward me. I held my breath, my body paralyzed with fear. The weight of it pressed against my legs, moving in a jerky, unnatural motion. I could hear the faint rustling of fabric, feel the air shift as it dragged itself closer. A slow, deliberate tug at my shirt. I couldn't take it anymore. I yanked the blankets back, and it was there. A grotesque, lopsided thing, its skin gray and sagging, as if it had been stretched too far. It grinned at me, its lips splitting open to reveal rotting teeth. Eyes black, hollow, endless. It let out a raspy, wheezing chuckle. Then it bolted. Not out of my room, not through a door or a window. It crawled into my closet. I didn't sleep the rest of the night. I sat up, wide-eyed, waiting for something to move again, but nothing happened. By morning, I almost convinced myself it was a dream, but I wasn't the only one who sensed something. My dog, Theo, wouldn't stop staring at the closet, his ears pinned back, his body trembling. He whimpered, growling under his breath. Then, the closet door creaked open. Theo lost it. He lunged at the door, barking like a rabid animal. His fur bristled, his tail low. I had never seen him so terrified. I hesitated. Then, slowly, I stepped toward the closet. Theo let out a sharp, agonized yelp, and then ran, straight out of my room, through the open door, and into the yard. I chased after him, calling his name. Then I saw him. Standing at the edge of my yard, blocking Theo's path, was a man. Tall, gaunt, wearing a dark suit that looked decades old. His face. I can't describe it. It wasn't blurred. It wasn't distorted. It was just so forgettable. Like if I looked away, I wouldn't remember it at all. Theo wagged his tail, panting, as if the man wasn't even there. But the man never took his eyes off me. Slowly, he reached down, grabbed Theo by the scruff of his neck, and, without breaking eye contact, slit his throat. I couldn't move. I couldn't scream. I just stood there, watching as blood dripped onto the grass. The man dropped Theo's body and simply walked away. He didn't run. He didn't vanish into thin air. He just strolled into the distance, as if nothing had happened. My parents found me minutes later, standing over Theo's corpse. I tried to tell them what happened, about the man, about the thing under my covers. They didn't believe me. The therapist didn't believe me either. When I tried to describe the man, my mind went blank. It was like I knew what he looked like, but my brain refused to put it into words. The only thing I could remember were his eyes that never blinked. I moved out of that house years ago. The nightmares eventually faded. But last night, my son woke up screaming. When I rushed to his room, I found him sitting up in bed, pale as a sheet. He was staring at the closet. Trembling, he turned to me and whispered, "Daddy, the man in my dream. He looked just like you. The man who watches is still out there. And if you wake up at 3 a.m. unable to move, your heart pounding in your chest. Check your closet, because he's watching you too.